Good evening, everyone. Please raise your hand. How many of you can listen to? Thank you. Being the last speaker, it is very difficult for me to have your attention. But I would like to share my story here. We have a custom in our family that every day at night I have to tell bedtime stories to my both daughters. You don't believe that they are grown up. The younger one is 17 years old. Still, she insists me to tell a bedtime story with two conditions. The first one, I have to lay on the bed at the middle. One daughter at one side, another at another side. And the second condition is that I should not repeat that story. So far, in 10 to 12 years of the time, I shared around 3,000 to 4,000 stories, which helped me to create a positive mindset, test myself, tell a different story every day, thinking creatively, and develop a Kaizen mindset. Today, my topic is going to talk about the Kaizen. Kaizen is a Japanese word. Kai means change, gens for better. So change for good, but if you transform this exact word of Japanese into the English, it talks about the continuous improvement. Small, trivial steps that you take in your life, how it can make a big impact. You can see the founder of Kaizen, Masaki Imai, he believed and shared that Kaizen is for everything, every day, and everyone has to do it. I believe in this because it is not one time improvement, it is a continuous improvement. Those small steps that you have to take in your life will change the life of someone or to the society. To have a Kaizen mindset that you have to practice every day by everyone, what we should have? We should have a positive mindset. As Kaza said that it is like a battery. You charge your mind with a positive energy, it creates positive thoughts. If you give a negative energy, it always creates the negative thoughts. Here I would like to share a small story that in an aquarium, there was a crack was developed. On one side of that wall is lived a predatory shark, and the other side beautiful species of fish. Do you all know that if something happens there, it creates a bloodbath? Immediately everyone gathered and then thought about what to do next. The senior marine biologist informed that I have seen these type of cases. What we have to do that, let us bring two big holding tanks, keep it there, let us shift shark to one holding tank and then fishes to another holding tank. And then let us drain the water and same time let us maintain the temperature of the holding tanks. Once we replace this wall, let us put back, that will be job done. But it is an expensive way to do it. We have to shut down the aquarium for at least for 3 or 4 days. A young marine biologist stood up and then she said, we can do without replacing this wall. Everybody looked at him with ridicule and rejected his idea because the sharks can detect the vibrations of the fish from half a mile away, and then they can smell the blood of a fish from 1 mile away. But he convinced them to do this job. A mini crane was brought in, suction cups were attached, and then slowly the wall has been taken out. Everybody collectively hold their breath because the sharks turns towards the fishes And then when it reaches to the center of the aquarium, immediately they turn back. Do you know why? Because these sharks are conditioned that every day they are pinching that aquarium wall many times, believing in their mind that there is something existing. We are thinking in the similar way, whether it is real or imaginary. For to do Kaizen, bringing that small improvements, we should not worry about the failures. We should think about the solutions. We should not think about the problems. Another small story about the Kaizen is, many of us think that the solutions we should come up with a bigger ideas, big innovations has to take place. But the small, those teeny trivial steps will make a big impact. There was a toothpaste factory, they are supplying toothpaste all over the world. But they received a customer complaint that those toothpaste boxes were empty, and then customers started sending many complaints and the company's image started declining. The CEO called everybody and then asked them what to do. They hired a consultant, they installed a precision weighing scale. It costed them $80 million. So whenever an empty toothpaste box passed onto the scale, system stops, immediately an alarm sounds, someone has to go up and then pick it up, and then he has to restart again. This is the process. The system was installed. The first weeks, it worked. They found that an average 12 boxes of empty toothpaste, and then they removed it successfully. After 1 month, after reviewing all the statistics, the CEO was surprised that there are no empty boxes picked up by anyone in second week or third week or fourth week. He was surprised and then asked an engineer, go and check what happened. He went there and then he checked and found that, sir, everything is perfect, accurate, the machine is working. He himself walked to the shop floor and then he checked. He found a small desk fan worth of $20 was staying there and blowing all the empty boxes from the precision scale. He called the supervisor, hey, Rob, why this fan is here? He said that, sir, the new trainee guy who joined the organization, he fed up with every time the bill rings, he has to go and pick it up, so he put this fan so that all empty boxes are flowing away. A simple idea, compare with this lot of money that you invest, and then you can see a simple idea that how it can solve a bigger problem. Kaizen talks about that. Encourage the employees, encourage everyone that come up with those economical solutions. I would like to test your knowledge about how we can do the Kaizen. Here, the challenge is that I have to measure exactly a spoonful of sugar. What can you suggest? A simple economical solution for it. Think about for a second. I can put a rubber band so that whenever I am taking the spoonful of sugar, it automatically measures. The second one, in Japanese schools, there are no soap to keep it. If you keep the soap, it melts away. So what is the Kaizen idea that you can suggest here? You can notice that this is the real picture of a Japanese school, and then they are hanging in an orange net so that they go and then wash it, so that the consumption of the soap is properly preserved. Here is the ladies' dressing room. In one of the industry, they noticed that the ladies' dressing room is always crowded. What Kaizen idea that you can suggest? They remove the mirrors. Another idea, this is the men's shower room in organization, one of the association. They found that the workers are taking a lot of time taking shower. So what Kaizen idea that you can apply? Reduce the door size, though that the person inside feels that somebody is waiting for him. So all these helps for the productivity. And these ideas come from the employees only. This is in Mongolia. You know all Mongolia that the sheep are very famous for producing 1/3 of Kashmiri woods. They have a lot of mountains, valleys. Every day the sheep, they take it to the valleys and then they come back. There is a custom that those sheep has to put it into a shower so that from head until the toe, and then the wool is very clean, and then they maintain the quality. And one person has to stand there, and then with a stick he has to push the head of the sheep into the water so that it come out. What Kaizen idea that you can apply for it? A small ditch that you can make so that whenever it is walking in the water channel, automatically when it steps in, it automatically the head goes down and then it comes into the water. See the beauty of the Kaizen, a simple idea how it can make a big impact. Whether it is an industry, whether it is an organization, office, or in your personal life. This is about Kaizen, what I applied in my life. I wake up every day morning at 4:30 a.m. because my work starts at 6:30 and I have to reach by 6 o'clock. I kept my alarm at least every 5 minutes to snooze it. I found it is very difficult because I fell asleep, I was late at quite some few times. Then what I have done, I kept my alarm at far distance so that I reach to that one and then I snooze it so that by walking there, I get up. In fact, if still I fell asleep, I didn't get up, there is one more person will get up because of this alarm is my wife. She will get up and then she will wake me up. So she is also following the Kaizen to do this. Another example, many of you notice that I carry a bag because sometimes I lost or sometimes I forget the things of my keychain, my phone, my wallet, other things. What I do, I kept in a bag so that it carries a lot of weight. So whenever I am going, I carry that weight, I go everywhere, but if I miss something, I know that something is missing and then I can immediately remember a small improvement in my life. Another thing is related to my education. In 1993, after my graduation, I started working to support my father. But the quench to study doesn't stop. What I decided that every year when I go on vacation, at least I have to do some certification course or I have to invest my time precisely to do something. Now, I am doing my master's in business analytics, and then every time I go India or I get any opportunity, I do some certification course that adds to my credentials. As a Kaizen in life, you can also apply to yourself to improve yourself. There is no requirement of doing bigger things in your life. Do those small things. Take tiny steps. It will give you a bigger impact. This is a topic for Kaizen for students. Still I am studying like you as an adult learner, but I apply few techniques for myself how to score better. As a student, definitely you look for this, but as a parent, maybe you are also interested in this topic that how to study effectively, how to apply Kaizen for it. There is a scientific method, it proves that there are 3P technique. One is called protege effect. What is protege effect or protege technique? Is that whenever you have learned a concept, discuss with someone which you know. What I do, if there is a difficult concept, I record about what I learned about the concept and I put it in my student group. So we shared all about that information, and then if anything is there, immediately they will tell that okay, this concept is wrong. So when I am teaching to someone, when I am telling to someone, sharing with someone, automatically I learn more. So that is the first technique. All the students has to do that. You choose someone, whether your brother or sister or someone, you need to learn that. The second one is called the Pomodoro technique. It is a time management technique. We call it as every 25 minutes you need to take a 5 minutes break. Or if you cram it everything to read it in 7 hours, the Kaizen technique says that distribute it in every hour, every day. automatically you will finish the job. This is called a Pomodoro technique. Distribute it, space it out mostly about your learning. The final one is about practice tests. Number of practice tests that you do, automatically you improve your score as well as study effectively. So these are the simple techniques that you can immediately apply in your life. I have only one suggestion. Many of the associations, organizations, industries, hotels, everybody you can go, you see the boxes, the suggestion box or complaint box. My idea of Kaizen, implement idea box instead of the suggestion box. With the last quote, put your heart, mind and soul into your smallest acts. This is the secret of success, said by Swami Vivekananda. Kaizen talks about those smallest trivial acts that you have to do in your life to make a bigger impact. Thank you.